David Stockman is the former OMB director under President Reagan and the author of Trumped, A Nation on the Brink of Ruin. He joins us now by phone. David, great to have you with us.
Very happy to be with you.
Let's talk about the market surge that we saw. Market investors liked what they heard from Donald Trump on Tuesday night. What are your thoughts?
I think the Wall Street is totally misreading Washington. It's pricing in a fantasy about a Trump stimulus that simply isn't going to happen. There will be no big tax cut. There will be no $15 or $20 a share reduction in the corporate rate. Infrastructure stimulus.
David, how do you know that?
Because we're heading into a debt ceiling trap that will grind the whole system to a halt by June or July. People are forgetting we've been on debt ceiling holiday. That holiday ends
right. Well, that's
on March.
Not necessarily new to Donald Trump. That's
no, it is totally
from the predecessor.
It's totally new to Donald Trump. He tweeted last weekend that he had reduced the debt by $12 billion. It's actually up $187 billion in the first 35 days that he's been in office. The cash on the Treasury's balance sheet, and this is the key point I'm trying to get to, was $382 billion the day he was sworn in last Friday. It was $178 billion. It's bled $200 billion of cash, a fifth of a trillion, while he didn't even have his economic team in place. When they get to March 15 and the debt ceiling freezes at $20 billion, or $20 trillion, they'll have maybe $200 billion of cash. That is being run out $3 to $4 to $5 billion a day. By June, it will be gone, and there is no pathway, I will assert, to a majority in the House or Senate to pass a debt ceiling increase in the trillions in order to make any of this stuff possible.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you, and let me just respectfully push back here. I'm not taking a side either way, but some would argue that Trump's whole negotiation tactic, it all resides on what we've seen from him in the past. For example, his book, The Art of the Deal, how he comes to the table to put a deal together. He's also leveraged himself before. Could it be that he's looking at a different way of running the system than we've seen before?
He might be, but that makes it even more dangerous and reckless. This isn't Atlantic City casinos in the junk bond market in 1991. This is the big time. This is $20 trillion of debt, and this is a House Republican majority that doesn't exist. That's a delusion. It's a gang of factions. They're already beginning to splinter and fracture as a result of the Obamacare repeal and replace, which, by the way, is going to spill much blood over the next 3 or 4 months, and they won't even get to tax reform before the debt crisis hits. We will have a government shutdown. It is totally unexpected, unpriced in, as they say, by Wall Street. It will spook everybody, and Trump is so reckless that this could go on for days or weeks or months in a way that we've never seen before. The 2/11 crisis with Obama will be a Sunday school picnic compared to what's likely coming down the pike. So the speech Tuesday night was irrelevant. Besides that, it was the most irresponsible fiscally speech given by a president since, LBJ talked about guns and butter. How can he possibly raise defense by $50 billion, more for veterans, the $1 trillion, infrastructure program, more for education, medical credits, all the rest, and then cut taxes by $3 to $5 trillion, which he also promised? This is
David,
complete madness, I'll tell you.